The dark side of the fast food industry. Despite being well liked for its price and convenience, the fast food industry has a darker side that is frequently overlooked. This industry has several difficulties ranging from labor and health issues to environmental effects and shifting consumer tastes. In order for the sector to develop responsibly and for customers to make educated decisions, it is imperative that these factors be understood. In this video, we will go through 7 key points, highlighting the darker realities of the fast food landscape. Number 7. Health concerns. The fast food sector has a huge and diverse influence on public health, greatly accelerating the emergence of diet-related illnesses in a number of different populations. The usual characteristics of fast food meals include high calorie counts, high levels of sugar, sodium, and saturated fats, all of which have been connected to major health issues like obesity, type 2 diabetes, hypertension, and heart disease. Fast food is especially appealing to busy families and people who might not have the time or finances to create healthier meals at home because of its cost and convenience. Because of targeted marketing efforts that present fast food as an enjoyable and appealing option, children and adolescents are particularly vulnerable to these poor eating patterns. Toys, cartoon characters, and connections to well-known films or video games are frequently used in this marketing, which successfully normalizes the intake of unhealthy foods from an early age. Number 6. Labor issues. Discussions concerning workers' rights and economic justice have turned to the fast food industry's labor practices. The majority of workers in this industry make minimum wage or just over it, and they frequently lack access to basic benefits like health insurance, paid time off for illness, or retirement plans. Fast food workers typically leave for better paying positions or better working conditions in other industries, which results in high turnover rates often surpassing 150%. In addition to putting stress on management, this high turnover has an adverse effect on employee morale and service quality, resulting in a vicious cycle of instability that may impede operational effectiveness. Employees frequently work long shifts while standing up in challenging settings with strict deadlines and demanding clients. Customer harassment reports are frequent, and many staff members feel alone and frustrated since they do not feel that management is helping them deal with these problems. Number 5. Environmental impact. The fast food industry has a significant environmental impact, which raises important questions about sustainability policies throughout the industry. Fast food restaurants contribute significantly to pollution because they utilize single-use plastics for packaging such as straws, containers, and utensils, which frequently wind up in landfills or the ocean, worsening the worldwide plastic catastrophe that endangers ecosystems and marine life. Furthermore, studies show that the production of meat is one of the main sources of methane emissions, a powerful greenhouse gas that contributes to climate change. The industry's strong reliance on meat products also makes a substantial contribution to greenhouse gas emissions linked to livestock husbandry. As natural ecosystems are removed for agricultural purposes, the industrial procedures used to get meat and other commodities usually result in deforestation, especially in areas like the Amazon rainforest, and biodiversity loss. Number 4. Supply chain vulnerabilities. The intricate worldwide supply networks that underpin the fast food business are particularly vulnerable to interruptions from a variety of sources, including pandemics, natural disasters, and geopolitical unrest. Many fast food chains, for example, experienced significant supply chain issues during the COVID-19 pandemic, which affected their capacity to reliably serve patrons. Shortages of essential ingredients, such as beef or chicken, compelled eateries to temporarily close their locations or change their menus. Additionally, the industry must modify its supply chain strategy to reduce risks related to shifting weather patterns and resource availability, as climate change continues to impact agricultural production globally, leading to crop failures or animal losses. More robust supply chains that can tolerate outside shocks while maintaining constant product quality and availability are becoming more and more necessary as businesses realize. Number 3. Menu price inflation. Fast food restaurants have had to boost menu pricing dramatically in recent years due to rising operational costs, which are caused by supply chain disruptions, labor shortages, and rising ingredient prices brought on by inflationary pressures. Price-conscious customers may get resentful of this inflation and choose home cooking or less expensive options from nearby markets or grocery stores instead of traditional fast food selections. Lower-income communities that depend on fast food for quick and affordable meals are disproportionately impacted by price increases of this kind. As living expenses such as housing and healthcare rise, these communities may find it more and more difficult to afford what was once a staple in their diets. Additionally, consumers may look for competitors who provide better value or healthier options at comparable price points if they become more aware of these price increases amid broader economic challenges, such as increased fuel expenses. This change in consumer behavior presents a big problem for well-known companies that have long controlled the market but are now up against new competitors who emphasize premium ingredients at affordable costs. Furthermore, when consumers buy fast food items that do not live up to their expectations for quality or nutrition, price inflation can make them wonder if they are getting value for their money. Number 2. Regulatory compliance challenges. In order to safeguard both customers and employees, fast food franchises must adhere to a number of labor laws, health regulations, food safety standards, and advertising rules. For companies that already have narrow profit margins, complying with these standards can be expensive and resource-intensive. Smaller franchisees may find it more difficult than larger firms with specialized compliance teams that can effectively handle complicated legal requirements. In a time when customer trust is crucial, a brand's reputation can be severely harmed by failing to comply with regulatory standards, which can lead to harsh consequences like fines or temporary closures for health infractions. Additionally, fast food companies must quickly adjust to government's stricter regulations on advertising unhealthy foods, particularly those aimed at children, and their requirement for clearer nutritional labeling on menus in response to public health crises like obesity epidemics. Failure to do so could result in a loss of market share among consumers who are becoming more health conscious and demanding transparency about what they eat. In addition to putting a strain on resources and making operational plans more difficult, this ongoing requirement for compliance can drive businesses to develop innovative product offers that conform to new legal frameworks. Number 1. Changing consumer preferences. Consumer preferences have clearly changed in recent years, favoring sustainable methods and healthier eating habits over traditional fast food options that are notorious for their high-calorie meals packed with unhealthy components. As people grow increasingly conscious of the negative effects industrial agriculture techniques like factory farming have on the environment and the health risks associated with processed foods, more are choosing plant-based diets or foods that are produced locally. Fast food chains that have based their business strategies on convenience rather than sustainability or nutrition face a big challenge from this trend. If they do not adapt, they run the risk of becoming obsolete in a market that is becoming more health-conscious and where customers want to know where their ingredients come from and what their nutritional value is before making a purchase. Because of this, a lot of well-known firms are now making significant investments in R&D to produce healthier menu items and investigate sustainable packaging options that align with contemporary customer values that prioritize waste reduction and environmental impact. Which brands survive in the face of changing market conditions marked by increased consumer awareness of health issues that directly affect their everyday lives will depend on their capacity for rapid adaptation. Together, these ideas show the various difficulties the fast food business is currently facing and emphasized the necessity of major adjustments to procedures and regulations in order to successfully handle these urgent problems. If you liked our video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel.